Oh, boah. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sheol. I hope you've all been doing well. I have been quite well myself. I am very sorry that I was not able to really stream during the past week like I said I was going to. As I said on Blue Sky, my sleep has just been a complete mess, and I have to admit it was definitely a mess last night as well. But we had a little coffee, warmed up the throat a little bit, get that caffeine. Uh, so hopefully that will be enough to keep everything going on. But welcome. I did just receive some very unfortunate news. One of my favorite musicians, Tom Lehrer, has apparently passed away today at 97, a good number of years. My favorite NSA spy and musical satirist. And woe to uh, elementary chemists everywhere with his incredible work on the elements. Mentioning, of course, not his extensive mathematical career as well. But I suspect you might not all be quite as familiar with Tom Lehrer as I am. But he was what a talent. What a talent. What an incredible man. He also, uh, rather topically, he has one song which I hold quite close to my heart, which is about smut and the God given right to enjoy things, not because, oh, it's because of freedom of speech or of anything like that, but simply because it's fun. It's fun. Reading it, watching it, whatever it is. And that it shouldn't be policed just because people enjoy it. It's always every time that these things happen, yeah, oh, I'm feeling a rant coming on. I'm feeling a rant. Oh my goodness. Hello, Abyss. Who do we have fronting today? Can I stop living rent free in your brain? Well, where am I supposed to go? Oh no, are you kicking me out? Are you kicking me out of your brain? No, no, no. I'm gonna grab onto the walls. You can't take me out. Oh, thank you. You're too kind. I keep doing it? I keep doing what? What is it I'm doing? Sticking in your brain? Hmm. Should I not be doing that? I think that's what I ought to be doing. Just Abyss? Okay. Impossible to tell who else might be fronting. Gotcha. I'll stick to Abyss then. We were just talking about the newly late Tom Lehrer. Well, I suppose I was, I was talking about his incredible work on his song Smut and how topical it is today. Because we can, of course, a very primary reason why we don't want the outlawing of any pornographic content is because the same people who say, "Oh no, we can't let people be exposed to this," will go and say, "Oh, and also the queers. Also, yeah, they are inappropriate too, so censor them too." Not just because that is what will inevitably happen if you allow these things to be censored, but also because it's just fun. It's just fun. Smut is just fun. It's fun to read, fun to watch. It's just fun. It's a simple pleasure, a simple joy, and there's no reason to take that away from people. And frankly, there's definitely an argument to be said about uh, problems with porn addiction in modern society, but I really, really, really feel like that's such a misdiagnosis, because the only reason people get these addictions or these fixations is because of other factors. And it's a lot more important to address the factors that are causing a person to turn towards something like an addiction. It's much more important to address those than to cut off their only means of, having some control. Maybe that's not the right word, but what is it? Outlets. Getting rid of their only outlet. That's just makes things worse. I suppose that may be enough preamble. Tom Lehrer. Truly, what a talent that man was. Also, brief stint as a spy for the NSA. Uh, a very accomplished mathematician, and woe to chemistry students everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and get us set into Deep Snow Delivery like was planned. Last time we were playing this, we were doing a lot of missions, and which one was it? Yes. We were doing a lot of missions with, and have kind of reached the next step of the story. And I wanted to sort of leave off on a bit of a cliffhanger there while we go and so that I could come back on this stream to finish things up. Oh, taking a little while to load in. And here we are. Let's see. No current deliveries. Everything is fine here. Let's see. Uh, here's... Oh, is my tracking frozen, or is that just the stream? I'll put that over here. Okay. No drop frames. All right, all right. So, I guess right now, I will still do some basic missions, just for a little bit. Let's see, scrapyard and crater. Let's try it. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit everything super well here. The fuel will go on top because it doesn't have a durability. Everything else I think I can fit into here pretty well. There we go. I'd prefer if everything is nice and snug. Well, I guess it'll figure itself out. Well, hello, Elise. Welcome in. I hope you are doing well. All right. We're a little full up. Lily still won't let you be verbal, fucked up, and evil. This is unfortunate. Hey, there you go. I was waiting for it. Congratulations on claiming the black truffle. That is the elusive black truffle. There's only one each stream. Most people fight tooth and nail in order to get it. You have 0 channel points? I didn't know. I can't imagine how you ended up with only 0. You gotta collect those treasure boxes. So you can get enough Galorbadorbos. Got drunk on shroomies. This is fair enough. They are very delicious. Gotta be careful with those golden halos. They have a real kick. And by a real kick, I mean that they're hallucinogenic and slightly poisonous. You lost all your douces on guessing what the secret word was last stream. Ducats? How do you get Golden Halos IRLs? Oh, it really depends. Oh, I will drink anti-water, thank you. You're a real mushroom hunter now. Go get those delicious button mushrooms. Oh, that reminds me. I recently learned a recipe for a vegan clam chowder. I only make it vegan because I literally can't consume dairy. I add salmon into it usually. But it uses, technically as a substitute, but it uses button mushrooms. Almost drove off a cliff. It uses button mushrooms in order to sort of thicken out the stew, and oh, it's so good. And it's pretty healthy too, since it doesn't use butter or anything like that. Yes, exactly. I have to use the anti-dairy. I have to substitute. But of course, there are also no cows in Sheol. I suppose technically this I would be eating anti-salmon as well, which is technically not salmon. You can make mushrooms out of buttons? It's incredible. The more you know. Button mushroom, it's funny. This is a little factoid I like to bring up. Button mushrooms, cremini mushrooms, and portobello mushrooms are the 3 most commonly sold mushrooms in grocery stores. And they are all the same species, just at different stages of growth. Technically, button mushroom just refers to any baby mushroom. Ooh. A little baby golden halo would also technically be a button mushroom. But that isn't what people usually mean. Usually they're specifically referring to the baby cremini mushroom, or baby portobello mushroom, or baby bella mushroom. It has a lot of names, but it's all the same species. Good stuff. As for where to find Golden Halos IRL, I mean, they can be found in the wilderness. I'm afraid if I get too specific, that wouldn't be TOS friendly, since the cultivation of Golden Halos is technically illegal still, I believe. I haven't actually done it myself, so I wouldn't know the details anyway. Bada bing. Hello, Scrapyard. We have some fun goodies for you. And now we can put our tarp over. And get our way headed over to Crater. Oh, I tell you what, this cruise control option is very useful. We have the topographic scanner now. Very useful for navigating in the dark. Honestly, I think like any game in which you have to hold down W in order to walk for a very extended period of time should have some sort of cruise control and or auto walk built in. I know Skyrim does as well. But that feature needs to be in more games. More people can give their fingers a rest. And the daylight comes. Of course, we can't see the sun because it's so overcast in this big snowy wonderland. This is very cinematic. We can get the radio on as well. There we go. To the crater. Oh, I love the snow. Of course, you know, this time of year. Ooh, it's so cold. Freezing cold. But, oh, we're getting hit by a blizzard. You know, it's so cold these days. Oh, I forgot where I was going with this. I love the blizzards in this game. They're very simple, you know. You can't go outside your funny little tank on the surface because, ooh, it's too cold. And this really sells that, I feel like. This raging blizzard, you're in this really old tank, which is your only defense against this incredible cold. And then you take a little shelter. And there's snow coming out of the wall. I'm not sure if you can really see that on the left. That might be getting obscured by compression. Alright, we can make our delivery. Textiles. Wax. More wax. Lots of good candles. Some soap. And paint cans. There we go. Oh. Children, are you okay? Yes, we're alright. Thank God. Did you hear that boom? I heard it even from down here. What was that? Eli said it might have been nuclear. A nuclear bomb? Yes, if I recall, you taught us about it when we were kids. Oh my goodness. Hello, Discord light. Haven't seen you in a little while. How have you been? A flash of light brighter than the sun. Followed by a loud typo, typo, they made a minor spelling mistake. Kill them, execute them immediately. That's exactly what we saw. Oh dear. And this flash of light, where did it come from exactly? The base of the tower. That means what? That means what? I can't say. Ask my sister, Nadia, at Metro. Huh? Why can't you tell us? I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to. Ask Nadia. Here is your funny goods. Was that a deer reference from Deltarune? I have not played Deltarune, so no. Holy fucking shit, it's going to be 3-4 years since you first followed me around November. Oh my, how the time flies. Yes, that is right, isn't it? Yes, oh my. What an adventure it has been. Let's see, do you have anything for Metro? You sure do. Ooh. This is going to be tough. November something 2022. You're one of the OGs. There you go. Oh. And this radio. It's always the lane edit. Let's go to some dungeon synth. You can never go wrong with dungeon synth. Oh wow, we might be able to fit a lot more in here. Yeah, let's get that big, ooh. But the more we take, the heavier we're going to be. Well, let's take the challenge, right? Bone sculpture. Very fragile. Never let it fall out. Our tarp is beginning to wear and tear a little bit, but it'll be fine. Oh. Severe damage. You know, maybe we could pick up another tarp. Bye. Okay. Have fun. We need that headlight. And we have plenty of money. Let's head out. For the metro. I wonder if we can go this way. I've never gone this way. Let's try it. It definitely seems riskier. What is life without risk, though? Power! Oof. We damaged our signal receiver doing that. How on earth did we do that? Ooh, this is too steep. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. To the scrapyard, then. I want to see if I can get a better tarp as well. I don't actually know what happens when the tarp breaks. I assume it just disappears. Which wouldn't be the worst thing. I feel like everything we have is pretty secure already. Wow. They do make that really satisfying. Shooting off the topographic scanner. Wow. I feel like it should mark the rocks as hazards, though. Hey there, buddy. Let's see here. Yes, here it is. Nice and durable. That is what we like to hear. Here we go. Oh, very good. Frankly, we could probably carry... Yeah, we can take our bad broken tarp with us. It fits in there perfectly fine. Alright, then we gotta head to oil extraction next. Take the long way around. I wonder Oh, I gotta turn down this radio a little bit. Oh, no, wait. I wonder if there are more ruined tanks around. I imagine there are as little Easter eggs. There was one over by the lake that was dead and said, "Do not attempt ice fishing." It makes me wonder how many other ruined tanks there are around. Cold reminders of the harshness of this cold. The frost. I worry I say cold too much, but that's what it is. Even if it takes many forms. The cold that seeps into every crevice and corner, for which the only barrier is warmth, is covering. Oh wait, why am I taking these things out? Why am I even stopping here? They're just going on autopilot. We gotta go to the metro. Whoops. Are we okay? Yes, we're perfectly fine. Nothing bad happened. Now we head around to the metro. Realistically, I do think we could have gone around on the lake. I do think that was an option. Oh yes, there's the metro tunnel over there. This is an awfully strange angle. I'm coming at it from an egregious angle. Nope. Damn. I hope my very funny Dracula Flow reference didn't get cut off by that ad. Alright, to the bridge. And then into the funny Unity Void. Whoa, whoa. We're fine. Tunnel. Tunnel. Go, 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 go. I think I have like 5 tarps in here. Inside the metro that I've left here because I couldn't carry them all with me. And to some extent, I almost feel like the tarps make this too easy. But I'm sure I won't be saying that after I drop all my supplies into the endless void. Now this is the most useful part of the topographic scanner. Oh, they removed it. Never mind. Oh. That makes this a little more difficult. It used to be able to reveal the strength of ice. How strong the ice was. We no longer have that, so we have to do it the old-fashioned way. Whoops. We're fine. Here we go. We're fine. Everything is hunky-dory. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness. Hello, Michael Nuts. Welcome in. Hello. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Ooh. Oh, this is yet again an egregious angle. Here we go. Doing well, came to wish good tidings and pick a mushroom. Very good. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. In the game Peak, you can eat mushrooms that give you poison. If you eat 3 in a row without a cure, you die. Eee. I recently found a mod pack I'm thinking of hosting a server for that we could just join into without me having to fine-tune an entire mod pack. It's really well designed. It reminds me of not the original Streak A pack, but some of the later ones that I made, like the more sort of very like medieval ones, I suppose. It's very well designed. Yeah. I'll just have to get our good friend Apu, or Steen, to host it, I suppose. Or I could host it myself. Gotta feed the loot goblin in your brain by getting shiny blue sword. Yeah! Exactly, exactly. Oh, right. We have to unload our delivery that we got in the deep snow. Absolute cinema. Sephiroth pendants, the sacred texts, paintings, and I mean that tarp is just there. You gotta run, but whatever mod pack you're thinking, I'm in. Hell yeah. You have a wonderful time. Alright, then we're going to the scrapyard again. I believe. I think that's right. So we can take these. Oh my goodness. Hello, duck. How are you doing? I hope you do well on this fine morning. Oh, so much morphine. And I'm beginning to realize just how much Big Top Burger has affected my vocabulary. Pretty alright. You're trying to write a script for a proper video essay. Ooh, what's the video essay about? As a bisexual, I of course love watching video essays of all kinds. Make something to talk about. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting to go see that world. I see. And or the organism trilogy rather. I see, I see. Why do they need antiseptic? What do they have against Jacksepticeye? Do they just hate the Irish? That's fucked up. Why would they do that? Organism has a room at the end, and when you first saw it, I was just like, this is the most cold-looking room. Ooh, and it could theoretically fit the whole cold summer fun idea. All three of the worlds have pretty cold areas. I suppose, does it have a cold theme? Is it a bit like... Is it generally wintry, or does it just have a winter level? Either way, you have my interest. I have thought about doing a VR stream. I'll have to port this model into VR chat, I suppose. That could be fun in its own way, though. It's generally cold looking, but not Winter Wonderland or anything. Okay, okay. I mean, that's fine. That works. Oh. Then I only have one more question before I put it on my, get your yearly dose of Russian media. Hell yeah. And I only have one more question. Does it use a lot of puzzles? Because I do have a rule against playing puzzle games on streams, since I feel like they don't make good content. Or at least solo puzzles. Exploration? Okay. Then yes. I have mentally added... Yeah, actually, I have my itinerary right next to me. I'm going to write it down. Oh, there we go. may have to mute the world volume because they all use Aphex Twin music, and you might get exploded for that. I see. I appreciate the heads up. I think I normally... What is this? Fucking... Why is there action music? What? I think I usually have world volume muted. Or no, wait, I don't, because I can hear rain in Rain Worlds. Alright, I'll remember to do that as well then. I will probably off-stream play a little bit of it just to see how it feels first. And then make the preparations. But yeah, that sounds like fun. Here we go. Into the Unity Void. Yeah. And we're back outside now. Where are these set for? Scrapyard, that's right. The only thing you don't like about the world is when it comes to like billboards and flat images. The stuff the creator did, unfortunately, is AI art, which looks gross and lazy. Give it a minor pass because everything else was made manually. I see. That is something to keep in mind. I'll see how it feels, I guess. That does remind me of the controversy with Late Night with the Devil, I think it was. Which decently produced film. Honestly, I feel like it gets a little overhyped in my opinion, but I'm also not affected by horror in quite the same way as a lot of other people. So maybe, you know, someone gross guts and things is more profound to someone else. But while it does its setting very well, it sucks so much because everything else is perfect, but then you have to point at the AI art every time you show it to someone. Shake my head. Yeah. Me shaking my head the whole time I'm writing about my villain so that people know I don't agree with their actions. Oh, God. It is so... I don't know, there's a... Like, I was writing a story about someone, a scientist researching the occult, and they come into into conflict with this, you know, extreme far right group called the Sons of Crimson. And I really like I felt like I don't want to write these people because I don't want people to think God. Like I have to make them cartoonishly evil. I can't really I feel scared to give any of these people any character depth. Yeah, me tugging my shirt collar and looking uncomfortable while I write fascist so everyone knows I'm not one. Exactly. Oh, God. I'm glad that we as writers can what's the word? Sympathize? Agree? That means you have to type with one hand the whole time. There you go. And you end up with a very worn out collar by the end of it. On the flip side of that, sometimes you know, I'm trying to figure out, okay, why are these characters taking these actions? And then I think of the reason why far-right fascists would be doing things that far-right fascists do, and then I get really angry and have to calm myself down because I'm getting angry at characters I made up and their fictional actions against other fictional people. Again, yes, I feel so seen. There it is. Oh, oh my. The oh, so hard to be pissed off. To not be pissed off ever because people are the worst. Yeah. Look at that. I didn't. The sky has parted. We can see the stars. Granted, this is very clearly just a flat skybox, but still pretty. Pretty sky. Pretty. So pretty. Very neat. Casting a nice blue, navy blue hue over the landscape. There is an awful lot of rebar. Looks a little washed out because you have to look at it from the soul orb in my pocket, but it still looks cool. There we go. Yeah, the quality downgrade can be a little bad. It's like looking at the world without glasses if you have visual difficulties. Scrapyard. Here's your antisepticai, both of them. Your bandages. Your splints. Your tarp cover, which you did not order. Bandage. Bandouche. Morphine. I might keep that for myself. It's $800 though. I can buy morphine for myself with that. More antisepticai. Surgical supplies. And more surgical supplies. You have like 30 bug bites on your hands and you hate everything. Oh, I feel sorry. Ah, God. Hero Hiko Araki would have a field day with you. Oh my. Of course, over here in Sheol, ooh, so cold, there's no bugs at all. There's no bugs that get into the room I'm in and start crawling on the floor. And sometimes they're a cockroach and they can't be crushed so easily, so I have to cleverly lure them out and then drop a 15-pound weight directly on top of them and then drop it again. So glad I don't have to do that because of how cold it is here in Sheol. Oh, this was the wrong place. It's the oil, isn't it? just realized that I discovered a bug with this version of the game. Cannot repeat these words to your roommate who loves bugs. Uh, I I want to say that I like bugs too. I do like bugs. I like the fun. I like bugs when they're not in my room. I like to watch ants forage. I like to see. They have a very interesting way of foraging, or at least when you look at them, they. I want to get like paint out. Hold on. Uh, let's see. This is messing with my tracking, but why are you in my room? You have the entire outside. For the most part, there's a variety of factors. One thing is that a lot of insects are naturally attracted to CO2 because it's both emitted by things which have died as well as living things which are breathing. And living things that are breathing often have food around. Within a house, it's also usually much more comfortable than the outside. There's a lot less things trying to kill you. There just happen to be a few giants that you have to deal with. Maybe hide underneath some furniture. Also, if there's cooling, then, well, there you go. Okay. I'm gonna put this here. Okay. So, like, I don't know why I went through the trouble of all this. But ants, when they forage, they go like this. They go here, here, like this, kinda. But they won't stick to this exact pattern. Sometimes they'll branch off, sometimes they'll walk back. But this is sort of the general thing that they do. And I find that really interesting. I like to study little bugs and figure out what's going on in their little bug heads. Wow. There we go. All right. We'll go to oil extraction. But yeah, there's lots of reasons why bugs intrude on our spaces. But I don't want them here. I really wish they'd learn. Unlurk, welcome back. I don't really need this top cover. I'll just leave it here. Oil extraction. Back the way we just came. And of course, I posted that picture of my funny insect god. I wouldn't have made a god for insects if I hated them. I certainly would not have looked so closely at a picture of a lacewing and tried to sketch it as closely as I could in order to form the head of the god of insects. Very interesting, actually. That god of insects. Back with Stoffers, can I repeat the last 5 minutes? Well, I was going off on another tangent anyway. But I've been posting in my Discord some pictures of there was my god of insects, not Ushluka, Ujluka, the Lord of Cycles. Listening the whole time, just shaving. Gotcha. Then there was Raho Zanai, who is ruler of all that isn't, king of dreams. Just like Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! King of games. But instead king of all that is not. Anything that doesn't exist, king of it. Owns it. I mean, that maybe isn't quite right. It's more to say that things that don't exist or don't exist yet come from Rahozanai's domain. There's a god of bugs and a god of everything that's not bugs. There we go. Now the real question is, are these gods equally strong? If so, then that says quite a lot about the bugs in that universe, doesn't it? If the god who is god of only bugs, my point, I guess, was that Ujluka, Lord of Cycles, Ujluka Gana, Lord of Cycles, is in the universe he comes from. Bug God Negdif's the other one. I don't know what Negdifs mean. What was it? Oh yeah. Ushluka comes from an extinct sapient species of giant insects called the Na-Ober, who existed during essentially this fictional world's version of the Carboniferous era, which is a lot like the Carboniferous era, except there were sentient bugs who kind of died off, and this all... Okay. So, I don't know if I want to show a picture of Ushluka on the stream, but the Na-Ober are sentient bugs that evolved during what is basically the Carboniferous era. I think specifically it's called the Golan period in the story after the chitinous dragon, Gala. So the Na-Ober were essentially elves. They were long-lived forest people who lived in harmony with nature. That's the idea. And they eventually went extinct when nature changed too rapidly. But some of them survived and eventually evolved to become smaller and smaller. And so, some of them became ants, which means in this universe, not only are elves insects, but gnomes are ants. Ants are gnomes. They're little working creatures that do little tasks. That is what they are. The ants are gnomes. They're little tiny forest folk. And they still have that little echo of the society they once had during the Golan era, in the way that ant colonies work together like one homogeneous organism. I think that's rather fun. Elves mentioned your dwarf genes catch fire. Well, you better go put out your dwarf genes. You better cool them down. Or better yet, we could no, this metaphor is getting too off track. I was thinking, well, because it's so cold here, we can warm ourselves up with the dwarf genes that have caught fire. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, putting your dwarf genes out to dry. There we go. So, oh god, there's so much going on in this setting. I originally, so there are eight gods, and each of them represent a different type of creature, I guess is the way I'd put it. They're all each echoes of the first, the eight firstborns of the god of life, who were the first and only dragons, who eventually died out and evolved into all the species of the world. Now that's the fishing map. Where is the map of... There's Rahozanai. There is Ushluka. Oh yeah, something that didn't get quite put across again in the drawing of Ushluka that I did as well is that within the world that Ushluka rules over, his divine realm, if you were, all of the insects are still giant. It is essentially a exaggerated version of the Carboniferous era, but any person that arrives there is very small, essentially making them the insect in that world. Here's the timeline. Very complicated. I've ended up creating, let's see, well, ultimately it'd be 9 periods of history, which are all very long. There's the more ahead. Here it is. There's the throne of High, which is the sun, and the ruler of the sun, Alatangana, rules over dragons, which are categorized as one of these types of life. Dragons in this setting are sort of the undefined living things. They are the first living things before living things stratify into the many different kinds that arise. Then there is the world of machines, the world of fish, which is ruled over Rahozanai. The world of machines is ruled over by Zermash and his Mashims. World of reptilians, Guji, an endless desert in which all things eventually decay and sink into the sand. Then the symbol of recycling in the world, the god of death, who rules over the undead, because he doesn't want to create more life. He seeks the end of all things, which gets into some fun stuff. My personal favorite, actually I'm going to get to that one last. Then we have Ushluka, Lord of Insects, who rules over the world of sea. Then you have the Library of South, ruled over by Geneb, the funny bird god, filled with all kinds of avians. And then mammals. Do you want to guess? So, oh my goodness, hello Nix. I was just talking about my setting that I've been writing up. Do you all want to guess? I'm really curious. Uh, for the god that rules over mammals. At first, I want to say they are a human. In fact, they are the only human god. Do you want to guess what the human god, the god of mammals, represents? Ushluka represents cyclicality, represents the cycles of nature. Nam Yen, ruler of Guji, represents entropy and opposes Ushluka. Altangana, the progenitor of all life, ruler of dragons. Greed would be more Zermash. Zermash is all about construction and action. Geneb, her luminance, ruler of the library of Soth, rules over knowledge and invention. Over in Ieamon, Rahozanai rules over dreams and inspiration, as well as... Oh, no, wait. Rahozanai rules over invention. Geneb rules over discovery, which I think is a very slight distinction, but an important one. So then mammals are opposed by machines in this dichotomy. Zermash opposes Kankada, which I think I'm saying a little wrong, but I believe is... Oh, which language is it? I used to pronounce it Kankoda, but that isn't quite right. Kankada. I want to get this right. Farsi, that's it. It is Farsi for screw up of God. It is considered a curse word in that. Or not a curse, but a bit of a swear. So the god of mammals, whose name means screw up of God, is the god of two things. And they're two very important things. Maybe some of the most important in this universe and the stories that are told in it. Kankada is the... And when I say god, that's a little misleading over what the Ghana are. They have a lot of sway over these things, and they represent them, but if you kill the god of something, the concept still exists. The god of death can be killed and will disappear, but death itself will never go away. Well, at least not normally. There's a lot of exceptions. The god of mammals is the god of two things: suffering and purpose. And is representative also of the first murderer, which was one of the 8 born first dragons of the god of life, who, in a not so subtle bit of biblical, uh, was going to say suffering before greed. Like, no, that can't be it. That all mammals, their divine representative is the god of suffering and purpose. And they are opposed by Zermash, who is the god of action without purpose. And thus, greed. Greed has no real purpose. It is something which can be pursued almost endlessly through action, constant action, unyielding action. But from the first coin added to the pile, or in the world of Zermash Akamos, the very first gear set to spun, the purpose of all of it is no different from start to end. Love listening to your friend's info dump about OCs? I got more. I'm not sure if we'll be sitting here talking about it all stream, but oh my, I have more. I have not even talked about the war between dragons, the Dendritus dragon of star spawn who fled from Galatea into the cosmos and is responsible for all star spawn, which is to say all life that is beyond the earth. I have not talked about the far, far future in which the Andromeda Galaxy, or this universe's approximation of the Andromeda Galaxy, has been colonized, and the black hole at the center of the Andromeda Galaxy becomes sapient, becomes a sentient living creature that calls itself M31. Have not talked about the life of Geneb, the life of Ushluka, the trials and tribulations faced by each of them on their paths to ascending to the thrones of godhood. They were not born gods. None of the gods in this world were born gods. The god of life, the god of death who came first in the endless swamp of Bo, arose from mud. Endless mud. For before the onlaught, before the first sound, before causality began, all of reality was an endless, undivided swamp, and there was no difference between Sagana, who is now known as It Whose Name is Death, and the endless swamp of mud, not called even mud then, simply what was before anything was. And the million year, no, several, God, how long is this war between the god of life and death? It pretty much lasts from the start of time to, oh Christ, over 5 million years. They are at war for over 5 million years. Oh my. Yeah, I have a lot written for this setting, which is funny, which is really funny that I have millions of years of history written because most of what I'm focusing on is in 1 year. At least right now. Most of what I'm focusing on right now takes place within the same year. Year 21 post-Cadent, which is after Fall, which is marked by the fall of the Remnan Empire, which, oh, would you know it, happens to be a fairly large empire that had that was essentially the core of the Western world, which, while being invaded, rapidly collapsed. Although not necessarily because of the raiders coming into it. Yeah, the 1 year where fucking everything happens. Post that quote by Lenin, you know. Chud's in shambles. Yes, nothing ever happens, motherfuckers, when they year in when they live in 21 PC. Well, I guess to be fair, 21 PC is the year that the regional wars of Lemenia come to an end. And that's where the mud that I'm writing, the game, the text-based multiplayer adventure that I'm creating begins. And technically from the I have left myself exactly, yeah, I've left myself exactly 999 years before a very major event has to happen in the timeline between the start of this mud and the sleeping Agamemnon event, incident, funny thing that happens. Funny thing that happens 999 years later, in which something very funny happens that no one has done before, and no one else really does again, because it just sort of causes a domino effect, which takes care of itself before anyone even has the chance to repeat what's done during the sleeping Agamemnon incident, which I don't really want to spoil because it's very important in the larger story. Uh, yeah, I love this history. Anyway, snow. Ooh. Hmm. I don't know if I want to do the leaving home mission yet. Uh, I know I can probably come back. But there's a part of me that really just wants to stick to what I've been doing. Ooh. You love your hours of info dumping occasionally interrupted by deep snow delivery gameplay. It is how it should be. This is what Twitch was made for. Oh yes, this reminds me of something I made. Well, more like something I appropriated. Where did I put it? rifle around in my silly little pockets. Here it is. The Trans-Fem Communication Protocol. The preamble. And then info dump, info dump, info dump, info dump. There we go. That's how it works. Yeah, 100% accurate. Oh, flip a coin. Heads, we do the leaving home mission. Tails, oil byproducts. Flips a coin. Tails. Alright. We will leave that for later. Maybe for last. I really like this game. Wait. I forgot to deliver these. 1 second. Especially the dinosaurs, yes. You know, I haven't actually decided. I could make one of my gods a dinosaur, the god of lizards. I haven't actually really designed Nam Yen very much. Although, it'd make more sense for Nam Yen to come from the Devonian period, since that was especially dominated by lizards. We also usually don't think of deserts when we imagine the dinosaurs. We imagine very lush jungles, don't we? Or at least I do. Bitches, bitches love reptiles. And I'm bitches. So true. There we go. Perfectly packed. To the metro. Youch. I think it's very funny that, like, the setting I've been talking about, it was originally, or the way it is now, it was originally designed for a TTRPG. So I do imagine it being really funny, you know, a player shows up, they say, "Oh, is there a gnome or an elf race I could play?" And I'd say, "Well, yes, there is. You want to play a gnome? Here is an ant. You want to play an elf? Here is a sapient, an extinct sapient insect creature. Yes, there we go. I guess no. I a lot of giant insects from the Carboniferous era live on inside of the lands of sea ruled over by Ujluka. So I was thinking maybe it could be possible that there are some Naober which live still. There are elves and gnomes, you say, smiling with a William Dafoe-esque grin, and your fingertips steepled in front of you, yes. Fucking sitting there looking like, what's his face from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Scheming little thing. The Grinch. Exactly. I think it's kind of important for Ujluka's character that the Naober are extinct. So I don't think I want them to still exist inside of the Lands of Sea. Because it is sort of important. The Lord of Cycles, the Lord of Nature, being confronted that nature and cycles are exactly what led to the extinction of his people and their gradual transformation into their loss of sapience as they became ants. Tiny creatures with extremely limited intellect who are killed just accidentally by creatures not paying attention to what they're walking on. Oh my god, it's peak. This song is peak. The one writing trap I do notice myself falling into a little bit is that I had lots of I find it very easy to add a lot of depth to the gods in my setting, but I kind of forget to add depth to well, my human character is. I have found some fun tricks to get around that, but it does definitely happen. I don't know, they just, it feels more interesting to write about a character who has that level of authority. Cool. Maybe authority isn't the right word, but they have a history. Ooh. Ooh. That's a lot of ice cracking. Uh, What is the right move? I feel like this usually works. Oh. Yeah, the gods are more interesting. Just peeked at what you've written so far and read Orgasm Trilogy as Orgasm Trilogy. Maybe you shouldn't proofread right now. Oh my. Uh, this ice is so fragile. I kind of feel like I should just make the run for it. There we go. It worked. God, that's scary. You know, people were talking about, adding enemies to this game, and the dev said, no, the environment is the enemy. And you really feel that with this goddamn ice. You don't need a gun. You just need to navigate properly. I like that. This game is very well designed. Yes, I respect that a lot. Having a very clear vision is very important. Funny brutalist building. Here is your synthetic rubber, your textiles, your other synthetic rubber, plastic ingots. Ingots? Is that not sheets? Not just plastic? Ingots. What, are you gonna make a sword out of them? Paint cans. Paint cans. And soap. I thought these were oil byproducts. I didn't know soap was a oil byproduct. Hmm. What's my opinion on Columbo? Uh, I haven't actually watched Columbo, but he seems like a very funny detective. Everybody seems to love Columbo. So I'm inclined to say Columbo seems very cool. But I have been, I have taken to not holding an opinion on media that I have not consumed myself. As I feel like it's not fair to the people who make the media to just parrot the criticisms of others, especially, or the praises of others, even. Just started watching it, and I'm basically spot on. I usually am. You know, there's very few things I'm wrong about these days. I know everything, so, you know, no surprises, I guess. Well, except Columbo. I don't know Columbo. I haven't watched it yet. But I have a perfect knowledge of all things, except Columbo, or anything else I haven't watched. Everything else, though, you know. When did Rainbow Six Siege change its name to Rainbow Six Siege X? I threw an X on there for a funny Elon Musk moment. They added the X when. Oh, yeah, I remember. Rainbow Six Siege changed its name to Rainbow Six Siege X after what's his name? Tony Hawk, the pro skater, got added to the roster secretly. It was a hint. No one's unlocked him yet. But if you can, then you can ride a skateboard while shooting up the building that your enemy is in. You know, it's a new movement tech. Something. I'm lying? Duck. I have never lied. I have never lied to you before. Why would I start now? And about something so trivial. This is wholly true. No one, it just no one's discovered it yet. It's because they added Tony Hawk into the game. But you know, he's wearing a facial protection gear, so you can't tell. You getting your soul orb sentence extended for that? No, we're not cruel here. It's only one eon. Was it an eon? I forget. We don't write these things down. I suppose that might be alarming to hear now that I think about it. We don't write down the length of sentences for soul orb imprisonment. Yeah, yeah, until the heat death of the universe. That's it. That's it. Not too long. Hmm. Worried it'd get it extended because then you wouldn't have a view anymore, and that would kind of suck. Of course, of course. Nah, we aren't. We're not gonna just let you sit in there forever. That would just be needlessly cruel. How did you end? I don't remember how you ended up in the soul orb in the first place. I'm pretty sure you just agreed to let me have your soul. I think that was it. A lot of people have done that. That's how I get so many souls. I just ask people, "Hey, can I have your soul?" A shocking amount of people say, "Yeah, sure." And I say, "Okay, shake my hand." And then they feel a little nervous. And then they shake my hand. I say, "Thank you." Probably sold your soul for something. Maybe. I once got someone's soul for a Kit Kat. It's one of my Best moments, I'd say. Great trade deal. Might have been a Kit Kat. There we go. Then you'd be the second person. Type that before I said Kit Kat. Oh my. Oh my. I gotta get more Kit Kats. I'll be a fucking soul baron uh by uh by summer's end. Hmm. All right. No, that's not too much. We can get another delivery. I think there were some books. Yeah, books for Crater. And canned food. I think we can probably fit that as well. We might be cutting a little close. Plus, we're gonna have to go on the ice. We can do it. I have faith. Look at these, so many boxes. Oh my. Antiseptic. Books. Bendachis. Books. Books. What kind of books do you think these are? Yuri? Yaoi? Textbooks? Fairy tale books? Bibles? And of course, when you're transporting objects like books, you should always put them right next to tomato soup. Oh, congratulations on getting the Amethyst Deceiver. What's Yuri slash Yaoi for NB couples? This is a matter of great debate. I tend to go for Yari. The secret word for today was Yuri. I let you walk into that one, didn't I? Congratulations. There we go. What was the one time the secret was like the letter E or something and nobody typed it for an hour? Something like that. Oh, I fucking love the Amethyst Deceiver. It's so good. There was, of course, Q. Oh, I missed a package. There was the time it was Q and nobody got it for a very, very long time. Good times. I believe we have a clip of that moment, although it's severely lacking in context. Much like a lot of clips, especially from this channel. We're very, I think I have it set as my status on Discord right now. Summary is the death of nuance. And we love nuance here at Monochrome TV. We love to have long discussions about the precise definitions of things. Or at least I do. Maybe it's the way I'm wired, but I just love discussions. Most of the time. You know, it can be hard, it can be annoying when the discussion you're having feels like you're trying to prove that you deserve to exist. And that is, yeah, when the other person has a brain, it's great. When they have a brain and they're actually curious, it's a great thing. You know, the ice is probably going to break around here, so let's just go a little faster. And, oh man, we are the best ice navigators in the world, I think. Oh. There we go. See? Absolutely no problems with the ice whatsoever. They call me the icer. The way that I'm so nice with the ice. Into the Unity Void. Oh my goodness, so purple. They call you Ice because you're super cool. This is true. Where am I bound for again? Crater and oil extraction. That's right. I almost want to go to Crater first, but that isn't really how this is going to work. Fact checked by Real Mono. This is, yeah, there you go. And everything I say is true. So if I say it's true, it's true. It's true. Oh. Take a little sip of anti-water while the cruise control works for me. I do definitely look forward to when the map of this world expands a little bit. Or, yeah, this game is really cozy. It's a big reason why I like it. Why do I call it anti-water if it's normal water to me? Two reasons. First, because it is funny. Second, because everything is antimatter, because it's written for people who aren't made of antimatter, you know? You know, anti-water is just normal water to me. Antimatter is normal matter to me. But to all of you, well, If I handed you a glass of anti-water and said, "Here, have some water," and you drank it and you exploded, you'd say, "Why did I explode?" Well, you wouldn't say that because you would have exploded. But if you could say that, you would say, "Why did I explode?" And I would say, "Oh, because it was anti-water." And then you would say, "Why didn't you tell me that?" I said, "Well, to me, it's normal water." Why do you call it anti-water when you anti-water the cold water, anti-how hot drink the water? Well, see, that's a very good point, actually. I didn't really consider that, but uh, yeah, it's just what I'm used to, I guess. You know, I make a nice brew of hot anti-water, not to be confused with anti-hot water, which is cold water. Hot anti-water, put in anti-coffee grounds, and stir. Add some anti-milk, which is not even technically milk, but is technically anti-plant milk. You know, oat and or almond and or whatever other kind of milks. Oh right, I keep forgetting to unload my cargo. Let's see. We're a little messy. Might just unload everything. Oh, whoops. Ooh, that damaged it. We just lost money. How could this happen? Morphine. Everything else is for Crater. And then, of course, after you brew your anti-coffee, you put it between your anti-lips, and you take not an anti-sip, you take a regular sip. Because pressure dynamics are unaffected by matter polarity. Very useful. If that were not the case, we would have a lot of problems. Well, I would have a lot of problems. All of you would be more or less fine. Probably, unless it was the other way around. Whee! Oh, and the stars are out again. How is the visual quality, by the way? Does the video come out crisp? Or is it very blurry? Of course, from my own connection, I see it perfectly fine, for the most part. Actually pretty good. Very good to hear. I'm quite glad that I'm able to stream again. Oh. Uh. Whoa. Ooh. We're fine. Turns out tumbling down the side of a cliff, no damage. Bumping into something, oof, big problem. Actually, I'm pretty sure if I drove full speed directly into a piece of steel, it would be perfectly fine. But I'm not going to try it, because we have deliveries to make, and we can't afford to take risks. Wow, there we go. Wait, this isn't Crater? What am I doing? I'm gonna make a little detour at it just from curiosity. I'm curious what's over here. I want to find more ruined tanks. Gonna hop off for now, but if I want to call or need help with VRC, let me know. Okay. Have a wonderful time, Duck. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you very much. I don't see any ruined tanks around here. So we'll get going. To Crater. The crater is greater. That's what they say. Up the funny little hill. Down the funny little hill. Whee! In the previous version of the game, your character would shout things out when you went at very high speeds. Oh! Damage my treads. I can't help but wonder if she still does do that. Crater! Whee! Oh. That was a glitch, actually. Not with the game. My mouse just does that sometimes. Not exactly esports ready, but you know, it works most of the time. Right. Hmm. Well, we'll repair our treads and transport these chemicals to oil extraction. And then I think we make the trek. Hmm. Uh, oh, it's tough. I really like this game. I like running around this funny snow field. But I do also want to finish what remains of the story in this version. And I'm kind of, you know, running out of deliveries to do, and I can keep doing ones I've already done. But I don't know. I feel like I should move on. And everything's set up exactly for that. You know, we'll make a stop by the scrapyard, see if they have anything else for oil extraction. Then when we get to oil extraction, drop everything off, sell it off, and start heading over to the base of 83. The big tower, spewing smog, keeping the world stuck in an endless winter. A bleak future, maybe, but one where people are still alive, still living, however they can. I do wonder how these people get their vitamin D exactly, or vegetables for that matter. It seems awfully hard to grow things. Maybe they have underground farms, but even still, that will eventually lose nutrition. I don't know. Maybe they have a clever solution that I am not thinking of quite yet. Of course, I could come up with a solution on my own, thinking about it for a little bit longer. I'm quite confident about that. Ooh, wait, don't take that off. We just went to see what they have in here first. Not as such. We wanted to see if you have anything for oil extraction. Not really. Okay. To oil. Onwards. I'm reminded of the cat named Oil, and the people looking at pictures of oil and saying, I love you, oil. And the comments about how, you know, they're acting like the US. screaming about oil. And then a picture of oil is posted, and it's an adorable little kitty cat. Wow. Well, there's some visual bugginess with this topographic scanner when you're zoomed all the way out. Oh, whoops. We're fine. Through the mountain pass. We make our way. Over the mountain. Around the mountain. Just like that song that I've sung so many times I've grown a little tired of. Alright. And carefully descend. Gotta get that good traction. Don't want to speed too much. Or do we? Full speed ahead, Captain. Oh well. God, we have so much money in this game now. This is sort of what I'm feeling like, is it's so difficult to damage supplies while traveling. With these tarps. And I mean, I'm not, it makes it a lot easier. I kind of don't want to get rid of them. I feel like some other challenge could be good. I don't know. I have faith in the dev. I'm sure whatever they come up with will be very interesting. Uh, ah. Let's do it. I need to know. We've talked it over. We'll do it. Really? Right on. I've got extra food and oil for you. It's not that long of a journey to get there, but you never know if something will go wrong. Can't hurt to be prepared. Also, make sure you make any repairs you need to your tank before you head out. Polish the rust off, get a fresh coat of paint, whatever you need. I think that's everything. Well, I guess this is goodbye for now, but we don't plan on dying over there. Yuri, I'll miss you. I'll miss all of you. Yeah, me too. You too. Say bye to everyone for me, alright? I will. Be strong out there, you two. I'll see you on the other side. Boah. Well, you heard him. Get rid of all the rust. Pure blue. The bluest tank in the Arctic. Well, I don't think this is the Arctic. In the snow. In the very cold. The big cold. The backup. Oh. back up oil. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is something I wish it was a little easier to... I guess that's kind of part of the charm of it. Maybe. But it is awful difficult to get everything in there the way that you want it to be. And there's a lot of finagling in order to get that through. And now that I've done the voice for that one character, I've begun to slip into a southernish accent. This happens, you know. I want to pick up 2 tiny boxes to just fill us out. Or I guess I don't need to. That's what I usually do, but we don't need to with our tarp. It's a little damaged, but that's fine. We're heading out then. For Babel. Babel. How many ways can you pronounce the tower that breaks language? Oh my. Of course, getting hit by a blizzard right at the beginning of our journey. Good luck. That's what that is. A sign of good luck. I'm gonna be using this topographic scanner quite a bit here. Zigzagging. Going up. Climbing. Oh, good golly. It sure ain't easy navigating this area. Everything we've ever known was in that valley. Yep. And the whole world lies ahead. There it is. The cut in the world. Maybe a river ran through here once. That would explain the large frozen lake. Ooh. Huh. And here's the rails. Covered with snow. Inoperable. Maybe if you got the right, you know, the little snow plow on the front of the train, set that up, ran one through. I don't think you could clear off all this, though. Or you'd need a mighty strong engine in order to do so. Wow, I've really fallen into this southern accent, haven't I? Saying shit like mighty strong. Oh, there's a ruined tank out here. Hello. Wanderers, final log. I spent weeks trying to get out here only for it to end, all thanks to my transmission blowing. If anyone finds this, maybe it won't be for nothing. Scary. Oh, we keep going. Harrowing, really. See something like that out here? Out here in the Wild West, right here. This is what the Wild West looks like, of course. Snow everywhere. In a tank. In a, you know, the Wild West where you ride a World War II tank around a frozen wasteland. Well, we tried, but this looks like a dead end. Come on, let's head back. There's a path to the right. Huh? Close your eyes. No. No, you're crazy. He's right. Ooh, fuck. That's real precarious. We need the speed. We need the balance. And we need to keep these goddamn Blorbos alive. Or so help me. Oh. Break, 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 break. Ah. It's okay. We're safe. Are you okay? I really hate you. I'm sorry. You're okay though, right? No, I hate you. Oh, I fucking love these characters so much. Hello? Anybody home? There's no one here. We're still pretty far from the tower, so I'm not surprised. Whoa. I've never been in an empty settlement before. So liminal. There's no cube of immortality here anymore. Well, let's go into the deep dark tunnel. As you do. Oh. It goes on. It's not blocked anymore. Oh my god. I thought that was gonna be it, like it was in the previous version. Oh my god. Oh! Big damn! 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 Holy shit! Damn! 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 Look at this huge ass fucking tower! Damn! 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 Poggers! What a big tower! Willem Dafoe looking up moment. Huh? What are you talking about? The skibbity brain rot overtakes me. You feel it too, don't you? This must be all the story Drennan Doc has added so far. Drennan who? At least we can explore the Act 2 map now. Okay, it's not fully implemented. There's still new upgrades and deliveries to be found. Yippee! My sister needs a lobotomy. Excellent. Oh my god, I love this game. Poggers indeed. Oh, I'm falling in love with this game. There's a hydro. Gah, grah, I love hydroelectric. Grah, grah. I love hydroelectric so much. I almost love it more than nuclear. Huh. This is a bit of a point of no return, isn't it? Ooh. Yeah, that's some damage. Alright. But if we get a grappling hook, which I believe is one of the upgrades, we should be able to get back. In the... Holy shit. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, this is so nerve-wracking. I love it. God, I love it. Drennan, you genius. Drennan Dog, you genius. You brilliant man. I kiss you. I say well done. Wait, where's all our cargo? Ah, shit. We're out of oil. Funny gear. Oh god, I love trains. I love train tracks. I love hydroelectric. I love snow. I love brutalist architecture. Spring. And I love broken buildings. I love ruins. It's everything I love. Except for... Well, that would ruin the setting a little bit if it also had, you know, a bunch of horror elements. I mean, kinda. We have broken tanks everywhere. I really like that. Did do the hydro. Oh, nobody here. Ooh. Her beacon. Okay. We do need to repair everything. Get a new cover. And these big storage walls. Oh, I'm very excited to see the NPCs that will be added to this area and all that. And there we go. By the once this game is done and you get all the upgrades, this tank is just going to have a fucking uh like cargo container like they use on ships, just hanging off the back of it, dragging in the snow. Beacon over there. Now, what's the best way to get over there? I see that bridge, but I don't know if we go that way or not. Oh my god, I love this game. I just keep thinking it. You know, this area is still a little unfinished. And it's just the bare bones, but oh, that makes me so excited for the next update. I can't drive over there. We do have to use that bridge. Frozen waterfall. I do wonder why this community with their hydroelectrics and such. Well, I'm not sure if the hydroelectric is necessarily working. If the dam is frozen, then that might be a problem. But it's also true that ice and snow is a great insulator, and there's probably plenty of liquid water underneath in the dam that could still be operable. I don't really know how dams work in wintry places where snow freezes. I was more interested in the low-scale applications. Because eventually, pretty much all infrastructure will eventually fail. You know, all dams will eventually collapse. Hoover Dam will eventually collapse. How? Well, that depends. There's a lot of ways it could happen. The most common way that something collapses is through gross neglect by whoever manages it. Which is usually done for purposes of cutting costs or things like that. Whoa. I'm gonna put on my trapper hat. Because, ooh, it's so cold out here. All dams eventually fail. I mean, I wouldn't say all reactors fail, because that gives a misleading impression. All reactors are eventually shut down, is what I'll say. Eventually, the reactor will just be too old-fashioned. There will be better developments. New ones will be built, and it will get decommissioned. Or something happens, and they're forced to shut down. My whole point with this is that with hydroelectric, so long as you're in a place that has, you know, flowing water, you can use hydroelectric to generate power very consistently, even if the place you're in doesn't have a lot of sunlight. such as if you were to use solar panels instead. It's a very useful green energy solution, which can also be implemented on any scale, and I think it makes sense when the collapse of large power generators is an inevitability. I think it makes sense that moving toward low-scale, spread-out power generation makes sense. Or at least, you know, as a backup or as an offset, especially with rising energy costs. You know, even if you put little tiny hydroelectric generators in every stream in America, the water's still going to flow. You aren't stopping it from flowing. Most cases, you're not actually making much of a dam. You just need something to get hit by moving water. The water's still going to do its job. You're not really interrupting anything. It's very low impact. If you do it right, anyway. Huh. Okay. You got it, Void. Oh, I forgot to sell my stuff. Take off the cover. Here is a funny gear and 2 funny power cells. Probably for that big funny beacon. Is that... what is it? Hmm. Large metal spike can be driven into the earth or concrete, creating an anchor point for your winch. Interesting. Oh, there's a fishery. Yeah, we'll take that. Also take this winch anchor, as I want to know how it works. There we go. I assume this is kind of the compromise to the grappling hook. This winch and winch anchor. There's the fishery. Down there. Awfully steep drop there. Is it... Do we drive off the cliff? Well, we want to make sure that we transport our supplies properly. We don't want to damage them. So we'll drive off at full speed, just to be careful. Oh, come back here, supply. Wow, look at that. Severe damage on everything. I'm shocked that we aren't dead already. I think I should just drive into this big spiky area. Ooh, it gets all glitchy. It stops working. Oh, I see. I see how this is. Our engine is close to kaput. Our treads are broken as hell. Oh, this ice sure looks dangerous. Sure would be a shame if I went and resetted myself. Oh, it's so shallow. Man, this ice isn't even dangerous. What the hell? Where will this put me off, actually? I don't know. Hmm. It's taking its time, definitely. Is it... Oh. Yeah. Here we are. Okay, we're back up here. Fishing net. Fishing net. Fishing net. Fishing net. And winch anchor. Oh, you know what? I could probably use that winch anchor to rappel down the side of the cliff. Let's try it. Whoops. Now, how was it to change winch tightness. Winch. Tread spikes. Oh, I forgot about those. Oh. Okay, I found it. Holding down plus sign. Okay. Is there a limit? Is this the limit? I think this is the limit. Cut the cable. No, we have to turn around. And we'll go down this way. Whoa, slow down. Oh, no, no, no. Wah! Wahoo! This is a little bit of a... This is not so wahoo. Oh god, we're okay. We're okay, we survived. We're... Only the left treads are damaged. Man, this tank sure is bulky. Yeah, I guess that's how it should be, right? It shouldn't be a weak paper towel tank. It's made of steel. Galvanized steel beams. Perfect for home renovation and navigating the big cold wasteland. I forgot to take everything out again, didn't I? Higher engine torque. Don't mind if I do. But also, I have your fishing nets. They're very comfortable. There we go. Gifts from mother for radiatrician. Broken radio parts. Anything else for radiatrician? No? We'll take the sea salt then. Gifts from mother. Ah. I do know the radiatrician has character art, so I wonder if they're implemented. Oh, missed a box. And I should also repair my treads. I'm gonna break this elevator with how much I'm using it. There we go. I'm assuming radiatrician. Oh, all the way out there. I see. What is that then? That over there. Hmm. It's definitely a bit off course. It reminds me a bit of a tower. Yeah, it looks a little similar. And the sort of jumbled together tall thing aesthetic it has going on. Hmm. No name. For whatever this is. So I guess it's not a settlement of any kind. Oh, that's neat. We have little fairy lights on our tank now. Little purple fairy lights. Oh, there's a bridge over to it. I'm just even more curious now. Oh, it's broken. We can't get to it. At least not without a winch. Ooh. I do think ultimately it may have been the better decision to come out here in order to get to the Radiatrician's little island out here. Why so isolated, I wonder? Is there something out here? A proper radio station, perhaps? Maybe attempting to make contact with other groups and coordinate. Well, it surely gets very dark out here, doesn't it? Oh. Oh, we're dead. Oh, hello, Kelly. No, 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 no. Hello. Hello, Kelly. Welcome in. Welcome to Shale. How are you doing, Kelly? I hope you're doing wonderfully. We just died in the ice. But it's okay. We will live. We're here partaking in some freezing cold summer fun. My cute voice caught you off guard. What the heck? Oh my goodness. Doing okay? Just a bit tired? I definitely get that. I have made sure I've been careful to not really think about how much sleep I actually got last night, because I know it could have been better. Oh, I see. There's a bit of ice here. Seems very frozen. I'm trying to get to this island over there, but my tank is too heavy, and the clap of my treads keeps alerting the ice, and the ice breaks and opens up and eats me whole. Very big problem. But I gotta get to this island. I got stuff to deliver. What did you come back to? uh, Ice navigation in a tank, apparently. Get some floaties for your treads. Oh my god, you are so right. That should be an upgrade. Little floaties for your tank. Uh. No, there's a little danger sign out here. That's helpful. It's a drowning sign. Silly sign. We can't read. Isn't there a scanner for the ice? Well, funny thing about that. They removed the ability to tell the strength of ice. What's the best? So the ice scanner. Well, maybe when we get to the radiatrician, maybe there'll be an ice scanner upgrade to the topographic scanner. That makes sense, since this is the most challenging ice area. You know, I'm gonna go back to the metro after this and be like, how did I ever consider this a difficult area to traverse? After I make it to the Radiatrician's Island, and presumably back. And of course, night's falling, as it does. Perfect for navigating a frozen lake. Is a lack of illumination, not being able to see where you're going. Ooh. Buoys. Hmm. Well, God, this is very, very annoying. Especially with how long the respawn is. Respawn? I guess it's respawn, yeah. Hmm. The ice, just at certain points, seems to suddenly get much weaker. Like, I didn't have a lot of warning for when I dropped in just then. I didn't have enough time to back up. Hmm. Yeah, if only there was a way to test the ice. Like, what if you could throw something onto the ice and based on, say, the pitch of the sound that you get, tells you how strong that area of the ice is. So that way, when navigating the ice, you're using your claw arm to throw things around. I think that'd be a good mechanic. I might suggest that in the Discord for this game, actually. I think that'd be really neat. As a way of testing the ice without an ice scanner. Of course, I think the larger problem is that it keeps getting to night when we're out on the lake. Maybe I should go back underneath in a settlement and set it so we make course still during the day. Or... Wow. That was quick. This ice is really weak. I guess follow the cables. That's what they say, right? That's the advice. I don't think this ice will break. Whoa. So many crunchy sounds, but we're fine. We just have to make it to the island. We must see the Yuri. If it's in the game already, this is kind of the... This whole area is a bit unimplemented so far. This too is Yuri. Indeed. Trekking across a lake of frozen ice. We could call it, you know what we could call this? We could call it Yuri on ice. Because there's snow everywhere and ice. And it's Yuri. Oh, there's a tank. We will take a long way around. Hello, funny tank. How did you die? Tayaka? Tanaka? Luckily, I still have some vodka left in this old canteen of mine. Cheeky Briki Bratan. Cheeky Briki Ivdamk. What is this? What is this spell you're casting at me? Your name is Tachanka. Okay, thank you. I'm a bit rusty on my Cyrillic. Which is to say, I studied Russian for a very short period of time. Oh, this is not a good situation. Can I just hang out until daytime? I mean, I could. That would take a little while, though. And isn't this exciting? Navigating in the dark? Carefully trying to evade the weakness of the ice. It's hard to tell where the cable is going next. There's a lot of ice. No! Why isn't there more warning? Gah. Alright. Well, I can make it so it's daytime the whole time the next time we traverse. And then we'll make it. I just need to go underground. Oh, thank you. We need to go underground and say, wait until it is dawn. And then, bada bing, bada bua. As we say, baba beam. I just have to wait for the game to get ready to respawn me. I don't know why it takes so long. There we go. Hello. Wait until daytime and for... Yeah. Alright, that should work. Now let's get going! We have a metal cargo cover. We have a pretty light load. Nothing could possibly go wrong. We are ready in the things of life. Whoa, I almost flipped over. We can go so fast now. Here we go. We will make it. Which way? I think that's the way we went before. Went from there to there to there. Yeah, that seems like it'll work better. We have such a powerful engine, my. Now, either go across that huge gap or make it to this island here. And then past the buoy. God damn it. We made so much more we're getting so close. God. So close. I can't help but feel like we are on the right track. I mean, we definitely are on the right track. It's just we have to navigate a path that's invisible. Because of the way that the ice works, at least in this game. I'm on the left track too. The left track? What do you, could you specify what you mean by left track? I have two. You mean my treads? I see. Oh, I see what you mean. I'm on the right track and the left track, but I'm treading on thin ice. You're very right. Turns out not so easy to drive on thin ice in a big heavy tank. Who'da thunk it? What if we... Is this also an option? It feels like it is. Oh, this feels real dangerous. Yep. Yep. Hmm. We're not dead yet. Can we make it to the island? Ah, kill zone. Boring. Damn. Clearly, what we need to do is we need to do a backwards long jump across the ice using the tank. It's the only way. Hmm. Although, for now, we'll stop there. Can I extend my tank's schnoz to test the ice? I guess, kind of. I think that's sort of what you're supposed to do. Mono, more like cutie in the snow. Very true. Oh my goodness, hello, Jams. How are you doing, you silly rat creature? Blah. Of course, we also have our wonderful winter gear here with the exposed midriff, as all winter gear should have. God, I love that game. But oh my god, that lake. That lake. Good, but a kiss would make it 3 quintillion better. Hmm. I'll I'll give you uh, a fucking how do you do it? I'm not sure if that's coming across on the mic. Big wet kiss. Mwah. Mwah. There you go. Oh, love that game. Deep Snow Delivery. Absolutely love it. Cute. Oh my goodness. So then, well, on the little announcement card for this stream, we have the list of games that were planned to play through. I would say, I'm gonna say that I'm finished for streaming Deep Snow Delivery. I'm probably gonna try and figure out a way across that lake on my own time, but I personally don't want to fall into a lake 30 times on stream. Then plans for We Were Here. I have some ideas of who I might want to play that one with. Oh my goodness, enjoy your golden halo, chams. A very funny mushroom. Now I gotta get those golden halos while they're cheap. Look at that, only 540 Glorgodorpus for a golden halo? That's fucking crazy. In July? That's so cheap. Same cost as a Portobello. I gotta get them while they're cheap, because they only get more expensive as the year goes on. And then what you're supposed to do. We've also got the Winter Rescue, which is a very well made Minecraft mod pack I've been looking at. Uh, Cold Survival manual reading. I quite like reading Cold Survival manuals. I think that they are very interesting and very funny, and I think I could read them well. There's a game I received for free that also has a snow theme called The Whisperer. Might play The Long Dark. I generally my plan is that if I don't have any other snow-based game to play, I'm probably just going to play the Winter Rescue, since that has a lot of content in it. Then recently we also were also recommended the Organism Trilogy, which is on VR Chat, which I'm gonna take a look at on my own time, uh, to see whether or not we will do it. Oh, ad break. I'm very interesting and funny. Oh my goodness, so true. Thank you. Lots of fun things for our freezing cold summer fun. Lots of fun things indeed. Hmm. I'm gonna wait for this ad to end. I really, uh, I wish that I would, it would let you, it would show you that the ad is coming up more frequently so that I can snooze it. I still had two more snoozes. Unbelievable. How could this happen? Let's see. Yeah, those are the games that I have in mind to play through. I don't technically own The Long Dark. It is on sale though. It's not too much. So, I probably won't. I'm really worried I won't like it. Really, I have to ask some other people's opinions on how they like the game. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, community, from the ads. Sorry about that. I was intending to snooze it, but I guess I got a little distracted and kept on babbling on as I do. That's what I do. They call me the babbler. Babbling with mono. That's what they say. Hmm. Wait a second. Journey to the Scarlet Empire Zone. How is Chance here? Oh my goodness. Well, oh, I see. It's just starting. Hmm. Lots of people live right now. I am gonna do something a little unorthodox, maybe. who do we go to? Well, first, of course, uh, yeah, all right, we'll raid Maxwell. Why not? I was gonna raid a larger channel, but they probably wouldn't even notice. In fact, I don't think they have anything set up for that. Slash raid Maxwell Flyweight. There we go. Maxwell goes by he, I believe. You all have a wonderful time. Thank you very much for coming. I very much appreciate all of you showing up. I plan to have more freezing cold summer fun as this very chilly summer goes on. You know, there's so much cold across the land right now. Big roaring flames of cold everywhere. Anyway, you all have a lovely time. Go enjoy the funny storytelling over on Maxwell's funny little channel. Have a wonderful funny little days. And take care of your funny little selves. Happy Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa Kistis, and Happy Halloween to Pergus Night Giving, and Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day to you all. I hope you have a wonderful time. And if you want the raid message, it is always mono sweep. Thank you very much. I will see you all there. Very good. And to you watching the VOD all the way through. Good job! Good job, I'm proud of you. Thank you for watching it.